Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Look, I have tried to make a few little small, shorter videos to schedule to release to upload on the channel while we're going on vacation. So I know these aren't going to be the most entertaining or anything like that, especially, you know, like when we're out speed running or testing a new car or whatever. But you can see I got the ROG1 sitting there on the little workbench, and kind of got my little parts bin behind it. That's where I keep a good bit of my stuff down here in the basement right now while we're remodeling. So anyway, if you're familiar, you know that I believe it was the last time we were out speed running the ROG1, kind of had a little flip at about, I'd say 55. Well, the GPS fastest recorded speed during that run was 55 miles per hour. So somewhere around that speed is where we flipped, and we hit one of those stupid reflectors in the road, and unfortunately it didn't recover that time, and it kind of landed on this right front wheel, and it somewhat bent the little CVD in there. And I know you guys, you know, just how much damage it received, and then I'm going to take it outside and put it in a vise in my workshop and straighten the axle CVD out and put it back in. I'll show you guys what it looks like, so stand by. After break loose your caster and camber links, which is this one and this one. They're simple, just a screw going through them. Take and fold them up out of the way, and then you have to take, you might can find a better way to do it if you want to take this knuckle and all off, but I didn't see the point in removing the steering knuckle and everything when you can just take your little grub screw out of the sway bar link right here. Okay, here's the little grub screw. It's a little tiny one, just like goes in a pinion. So be careful with that little thing. I'll go ahead and tell you now. So sorry I don't have my little turntable here to set it on. I got another RC on it right now. But anyway, once you pop the little sway bar out of the way, you'll be able to manipulate this thing and pop it right out. And there you go. Hopefully you can see that. I'll try to come in a little closer on the camera. Maybe it'll zoom in correctly and you can see it. It should be. But you can see on this one, hopefully, it is bent. Not bad, but it is bent for sure. Definitely. So let me try this real quick. Maybe that'll make it a little better. I'll try to zoom in and out for you guys. But it is definitely bent. Not awful, but it is bent. So I found that it's very, very easy just to take, put this part right here. It's just a slight bend. I know the camera's probably not picking it up very well, but you can see it right here. Where it goes up in the output drive cup is where mine's been at. You could put this thing into a vise, cramp your vise down. Of course, you want to leave this out and this end out, unless you want to just pull the little roll pin out and take it out altogether, and put that in a vise, straighten it right out. Or I've seen people just lay them down on the concrete and tap them with a hammer. Straighten that out, put it back together, and let it go. Now, one thing I will say, I will give the MJX and its clones the props where they need it, because you know, as far as beef and diameter, these here are substantially larger than the ROG1 and all the variants of it. But you know, Rlaarlo assured me that the upgraded parts they got for this completely fixed that problem. So I don't know, guys. I've seen people where they broke, you know, within the first couple of minutes. I think like Discipline RC when he ran his. I mean, it done a couple of flips in the parking lot and it broke, and he didn't get to finish testing it till later. I think he took an axle out of one of the other ones and finished it. But you know, like I said, this one flipped at over 50 miles an hour, and it, you know, it scuffed the wheel up pretty good. It's fairly straightforward and simple. It's not that bad at all. Let me try to fix the zoom here. There we go. And I really zoomed in on that joker for you guys now, so hopefully that's a better view. So bear with me. I'm doing the best I can with this other camera setup. My daughter seems to always take the, the new camera setup, so I'm having to make do with what I've got here. So I'm going to pause this thing while I run out to the shop and straighten this thing out, and then I'll start the video back up once I come in and we start doing the installation process. All right, folks, we're back real quick. Show you guys kind of look over me. I got my beanie on. I got a hoodie on. It was 73 degrees yesterday, and freaking like 41 today or something. It's crazy. This weather is worse than my mother-in-law. It's like tripolar. It's beyond bipolar. So anyway, guys, hopefully, I don't know if this is showing up on camera or not. Let me get up and see if this thing will zoom in on it automatically like it's supposed to. We got it straight. Put a laser edge on it to make sure it was straight. It's as straight as it was when it came from Rlaarlo anyway. So a lot of people has asked me how I reassemble my stuff, and this is just 60 weight low-C shock oil. Guys, I take and put just a tad of this on the little spindle hub here, just so it'll slide into the bearing hub a little easier. It should just slide right in there, even though it needs to be somewhat of a snug fit. As you can see, usually that's what happens. That little outer bearing will come out and it'll drive you crazy. Okay. And then once you rotate this up, you can press that bearing in. Once you have this back in the differential drive cup, hopefully you can see there's the little sway bar. So you don't have to bend it up much. It's not going to hurt it, guys, if you take and best barely bend it. Several ways you can do it. I got these little micro, tiny little needle nose here. I just take and bend it up a little bit. And you line it up with your pins in the drive cup. Take and flip it up like that right there. Hopefully the camera caught it. I can't hold it, guys, because I got oil all over my hands and I'm trying to do everything else. So there's your little hex pin. Okay. Here is your 12mm hex that comes with the ROG1 or the other variants of it. Okay. And it is somewhat tight in there. I'll go ahead and tell you, these hexes that they use, they are snug. Hopefully you all can see that now. Hex is spinning. All right. So then you got your link here. You know, I'm not saying my way is the best way. I'm not saying my way is the worst way. I'm just telling you guys how I do it. And you got to understand, guys, I'm an old man, so my vision's not as good as it used to be. All right. Now, you'll see, once you get it all back together, if you have your sway bar pushed in this little link too far, you'll know, because it'll be hitting your little tie rod in here, your little link, which is exactly what mine's doing. So just take and try to grab it right here, pull it out a little bit, boom. Got the clearance we need. And I'm talking about right here, guys. This turnbuckle right here. I know it's hard to see, but barely can fit this screwdriver between it. And that's how the other one's set up from the factory. So I had it pushed all the way in when I put it back together earlier. I'm showing you guys. And I pretty much knew that it was going to be touching that link, but I wanted to leave it that way so I could show you guys. I tried to do this so I can show you guys exactly what you might run into if you do this yourself. But anyway, like I said, this little heart kit right here, it's a perfect little RC toolkit in my opinion. Got everything you need, at least that I need, on 95% of the RCs that I own. Okay, guys, well now the CVD's back in. I can still see that there's just a slight bit of movement in there, bend in it with it, but it's nothing like it was. Well, there you go, guys. It's back together. CVD's in and out. I know this wasn't the best video in the world, but I don't have my chest mount or any of that stuff. So it's all packed away, getting ready to go on our vacation. So I kind of threw this video together real quick with a little tripod deal. And you've all probably seen this and was wondering what was going on. Well, guys, this is the 12 millimeter, which is what comes on this truck, 12 millimeter hex to 14 millimeter hex, so I can run the Arma Hoons. And it just, I mean, it's that simple, guys. It slides right on. And it goes from 12 millimeter to 14 millimeter, which is what the Arma Hoons, this size Hoons are. Now the Hoons like the 100 millimeter and 107 millimeter Hoons, they are 17 millimeter hex. So, but the smaller Hoons here are 14 millimeter. So hopefully that was a decent video, guys, to show you. I'll try to bring the camera in a little better now since we're here. Kind of give you guys an idea of what we've done. Maybe you can, maybe it'll be a little better where you can see. But right here is where I was talking about. Hopefully you can see that on camera. See that little part of the sway bar there? It would have rubbed on that turnbuckle had I not drug it in some. Or brought it in some, I guess is what I should say. And yeah, we're back spinning now. It's like I said, it's still got a little bit of a bend to it. Very minor. Not enough for me to take it back out, like I said, because I have the replacement parts coming in. So that's how you remove and then reinstall or possibly straighten your CVD on your ROG1 or your MT16 or your Jiaosi version. And here's another side, guys. You might be able to see it better on this one. This part right here is what I was talking about up here on the front. You don't want that sway bar end sticking out much because it'll rub the turnbuckle right here, and it'll basically stop your damn steering. So if it scrubs, if it hits it, it's going to be. That might, it's clearing, but I may take and bring that in just a little bit more just to make sure. But anyway, guys, like I said, I know this wasn't the best video in the world, but I've had some people reach out and ask me if I'd make this video as well. I know it's not the best production value by any means, but hey, I'm doing what I can do with the time that I've got and the equipment I got here. So when we get back from the beach, I will be doing somewhat of a review on this truck versus the ZD version, the MT16. Now, you all know I've already upgraded this truck a lot, so it's nowhere near stock anymore. I'm going to be doing speed tests on the MT16, and just like we did on this truck, guys. But what I'll have to do is when I do the speed runs on the MT16 and unboxing and all that stuff, I'll just have to throw some clips in from when I unboxed this ROG1 and then my bone stock, 100% stock speeds, which were 47 miles per hour on the stock battery and 48 miles per hour with the CNHL Black Series 3S. That was with the stock tire, everything just right out of the box. So I'll put those clips in with the speed run and unboxing video of the MT16, and that's the only way I can do it, like I said, because I can't really compare them against each other now because this one's been upgraded so much. So let me know, guys, what you thought about this. If you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. It really helps us small channels grow. We're growing. We had a really good couple of weeks there, about 3 weeks, where we gained a little over 100 subscribers in 17 days. So hopefully when we get back from the beach, back from the vacation, and start turning out some more content, we'll continue to grow. But hey, we're doing what we can do, the best we can do. So I appreciate each and every one of you, all my loyal subscribers that's been here from day one. Thank you so much, all the new subscribers, for sticking around. I greatly appreciate it. You guys are outstanding. The kind words, it just makes us want to do this even more. So, and by the way, guys, no, I'm not monetized. So I'm not doing it for the money. I do it simply because I enjoy it, for the love of the hobby, and I get to meet great people like you all. And, you know, hopefully we can all have somewhat of an RC meetup one day and kind of hang out and do some speed runs and beat the crap out of these things. And then we'll be right back to doing this, having them on the workbench, tearing them apart, fixing them, and doing it all over again. All right, guys, till the next one. Hope you all have a good rest of your week. A great weekend, this coming up weekend. Take care. Catch you in the next one. God bless, most of all. God bless America. Peace.